This is Average Joe PT, where we're here to reduce your pain, reduce anxiety through education, and improve function with techniques that you can do in your home. Now today we're going to talk about traction, or also known as spinal decompression, and those type of techniques that you can do at your home without even having any equipment. And when it comes to disc issues, like I talked about last session, this will be a perfect matchup with that. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today and show you those techniques. Here we go. Traction technique number one. Easy to do. Buy yourself a physio ball. You can get them at Walmart. This one's a 55 centimeters. They come in various sizes. The average is about 55. So if you get one of these, it's pretty simple. All you're going to do for thinking about lower lumbar, your lower back traction, just kind of come right over the top of it. You come right over the top of it, and you can just kind of let your stomach kind of relax into the ball and just kind of hang out there. You can feel your mid, your up, your lower, and your mid lower thoracic area start to pull a little bit. And then what you do is hold that for maybe 10-15 seconds, and then kind of push yourself and walk right out back onto your knees again. And then you can go ahead and rinse and repeat that. Coming on down, coming right over, and just kind of relax. And you're holding that position, like I said, for that period of time. And you might want to do that for 3 to 5 minutes. Now you should just feel a pull. You shouldn't feel any pain down your legs. So that's an easy one with just a ball. You don't need a big machine. Treatment technique number two. You're going to get a chair and then get another chair. You want them to be just about the same height. You want them to be nice and sturdy because you don't want to lose your balance with this next one. This next one can be kind of tricky just because you have to let your lower half of your spine relax, your stomach muscles relax. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You're going to stay tucked in tight. And so you can literally do this, all right? And so you just kind of brace yourself, holding your arms, you just kind of hold back, and then just kind of, now this is tough on the shoulders, so if you're having any shoulder issues, this wouldn't be the one to do. You might want to do the one with the ball. But you can just go ahead. Now I'm on my knees. It's pretty easy. Now if you can do this, you can do it on your feet too, and just kind of let yourself kind of hang. And essentially just kind of relaxing in that position. And then you can kind of step forwards. So that's kind of easy to do. It's the same thing. Now that, because of your arms, you might only be able to hold for 5 or 6 seconds and then relax. The easier one is the ball. But you could do this technique too if you wanted to, if your shoulders are pretty solid. I'm going to show you another one. Now this one is the Coon. This essentially, I'm going to show you a piece of equipment that you can buy. You can get these, I think, off of eBay or Amazon for somewhere between $80 to $125. Now they come more expensive if you wanted to. Now this is basically what's known as an inversion table. And so we're going to go over that next. Stay tuned. This right here is an inversion table. Now I have this up in my attic just because it does take up some space. That's one of the negatives in regards to inversion table, as well as it is expensive. You know, the ball of the chair technique is much cheaper. The ball is like maybe $15 at the most, like I said, whether it's Walmart or even online. But I'm going to demonstrate this. This essentially has a shaft, has the legs that your ankles go into, and obviously the back piece. So based on your height is what you're going to make this shaft, because there's a counter to it, as you will see very shortly. And you just measure that up, lock it in place, and you're basically good to go. So let me show you how it looks. So you're going on in, lock it down, and then you just come right on back, pretty level, and just kind of holding out, no different than you would be for the ball or the chair. You're holding for probably 10-15 seconds, and then coming back up and relaxing, and then essentially you rinse and repeat. Come back, hold for maybe 15 seconds, and then come back and relax. Just like with the ball of the chair, This should not be painful down your legs or in your back. If it is, you're going way too hard with it. Very easy to get in and out. It's very convenient if you can find a spot for it. Like I said, this thing does fold up into a corner if you wanted to. But otherwise, this is a pretty nice alternative if you needed it for a longer term use. Let's say you had spinal stenosis, which, you know, if you click up there, I go over spinal stenosis in another video that you can look at, as well as this other one for back spasms and stretches that you can do to reduce your back symptoms. So I'll leave those two links for you that you can look at after this video. But those are the three types of mechanical traction stuff that you can do at home to help reduce that leg or disc issue. All right, I'm going to give you one more technique that you can do at home. But the premise is the same as it is for all those different ones that I showed you in this episode. Essentially what we're doing is taking something that's kind of flat down in, that red thing, the disc, and what we want to do is just kind of open it back up again. And so zoom in nice and close, that when it's all kind of clamped down, and we're just thinking about pulling that open as much as we can comfortably. That's the premise of traction or decompression. So this fourth one, essentially what you're going to do, we just have a nice little ottoman here, and you're just going to come over the top of it and just kind of relax. Relax that whole stomach. You can kind of rock your hips side to side a little bit. That might make it feel a little bit better. And then come back up into a nice kneeling position. That's a nice comfortable one to do also if you don't have anything else. That's lucky number 4. Just take a cushion or an ottoman that has a cushion on top of it, or take one of your cushions from your couch and put it on top, and just come over the top of it nice and easy and relax. And just kind of shift back and forth. Hold maybe 10-15 seconds to really start to get that body. As you can see, I'm just kind of relaxing over the top to start to get a little bit of a pull down in the lower part of your spine. And so those are the 4 techniques that I would do if I was working on traction at home. Leave some comments down below. I'd love to hear them. If you like the content, love you to subscribe or hit the bell so that you can see my next content. I think I'm going to be talking about scoliosis next. But until then, I want you to look up and keep smiling.